Yo, people, what we saying? It's your boy Moeezy13 back with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You already know what we're doing. It's the post-match reaction. You can see the smile on my face. You already know what that means. Newcastle 1, Arsenal 2. And what a game this was. Now, let's give some context into how big this game is. Everyone already knows, regardless. St. James Park is a tough place to go. We know this. Arsenal haven't won at St. James Park their last, I believe, last 2-3 seasons. The last time we won, I believe, was that first title challenging season under Arteta when we won that game 2-0, that long-range banger from Odegaard. So we haven't won there in a while. Okay, that's one thing aside. Let's talk about the fixtures that happened yesterday. If you just look at all the teams around us, Manchester United, okay, they're not around us. They're our rivals. They lost 3-1. Okay, successful hate watch. Chelsea lost 3-1 to Brighton, another red card. Okay, another successful hate watch. Tottenham drew 1-1 with Wolves. I wouldn't even look at that as a hate watch, but another hate watch. Liverpool Crystal Palace. This was the game. Everyone was like, if Liverpool are going to drop points, it's going to be against Crystal Palace, who have been sensational to start the season. They're the only unbeaten team left in the Premier League. It was them and Liverpool before yesterday, but now it's only Crystal Palace because Crystal Palace beat them 2-1. So, why is that big? Because last season, when Arsenal were going for the title, every single time Liverpool dropped points, which wasn't that many, but every time they dropped points, what did Arsenal do? We didn't capitalize. We didn't take advantage. But today we did, and it was very important that we did. So let's talk about the Newcastle game now. We've talked about all the fixtures and everything that happened. Arsenal started this game off to a beautiful start. We're attacking Newcastle. We took the game to them. I was very happy with the lineup Arteta went with. He went with the keeper. The defense was the same, actually, except for Saliba was out. The starting lineup, Mascara started. Midfielder Rice, Zubimendi, and Eze, which was beautiful. I wanted to see Eze in the 10. And then a forward line of Trossard, Gyökeres, and Saka. Now, that lineup for me was beautiful because for us to beat Newcastle today, we had to take the game to them. If we went with that midfield of Rice, Zubimendi, and Marino, it wouldn't have been creative enough. We had to break them down. You know, Newcastle are going to go with an aggressive mid block, so you have to break them down. And Eze honestly enjoyed this game. He was playing really nice, popping into nice areas. Newcastle didn't know what to do with him. He had a few shots, few opportunities. Nick Pope was moving crazy, by the way. I'm going to say props to Nick Pope. He was moving crazy. The saves he was making from Eze, especially that one volley where Eze volley with his left foot, and I thought it was going in. When he saved that, I was just thinking, oh my goodness, bro. Like, is this guy was moving like Superman, bro. He's moving like Donnarumma in the Champions League semifinal against Arsenal last season. I was thinking, are we going to get anything here after the good start we've had? I haven't saw a stat at a point. We had like touches in the position box, like that stat. Arsenal had 17 touches. Guess how many Newcastle had? 4. We had times 4 the touches in the opposition box than Newcastle did. How did the game go? Well, typical Arsenal fashion. Unfortunately, we give away a cheap corner. Mascara, I don't know what he was doing there. Even if that pass was to Raya, but the amount of power he put on it, they would have put him under trouble if someone was pressing him. Just kick it out or launch it the other way. No, gives away a cheap corner. Newcastle get it. Play short, quick corner, cross into the box. Walter Mate absolutely bullies Gabriel and scores 1-0. And I would even say bully. I'm just saying Gabriel was very weak for that. Like, what is he doing? This happened about 2 seasons ago when we also lost to Newcastle 1-0 at St. James Park. You're thinking, come on, you should learn from that. You're not going to get those decisions given for you at St. James Park. It's just never going to happen. Like, what are we doing here? But anyway, they go 1-0 up, Baltimore go, and now I'm thinking, come on, all that hard work, typical Arsenal fashion, we give them the goal 1-0. But we kept going, kept pushing. First half comes to a close, and second half we start as we mean to go on. I tell a lie. We were supposed to start as we meant to go on, but the first minute or so was shaky. Newcastle had like a half chance, like they could have really caused something there. Unfortunately for them, fortunately for us, we got away with that one. Now we continue playing the second half the way I wanted us to play. I thought Eze was brilliant this game. He was popping up in nice areas. Rice Zubimendi, very solid in pivot. I like how Zubimendi was tempo controlling and keeping the pace ticking. Calafiori didn't have his best game today at all. Like, he got that yellow card and he was very rash in some of his decisions, but there's no knock to him. I'm just pointing out what happened this game. He's had a good start to the season so far. And he's played a lot of games in the Premier League. I wouldn't mind seeing Lewis Kelly being rotated for Calafiori. We already know he has a lot of injury problems dating back to last season. So you can give him some rest. Champions League coming up during the week and West Ham on the weekend. So let's make use of the squad. But yeah, let's back into the game. So 1-0 down. Second half is still probing. We're taking the game to Newcastle. Newcastle are doing what they're doing, sitting back and trying to hit us on the counter. And let's just talk about it. Arteta made a lot of subs. He went brave. He brought up Marino for Calafiori. And you're thinking, you also brought up Martinelli for Saka because Saka is still coming back from injury, so it's understandable. A lot of people are complaining about that. I thought, Saka is still coming back. Let's manage him. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We can't afford to risk getting him out. And Newcastle are aggressive. They're not going to go easy on Saka. So Martinelli sub came on, had a really bright cameo. I was happy with that. Marino came on. He was really nice. In the moments he was playing, he was winning a lot of aerial duels, which he needed to control because Newcastle were very aggressive in that sense. And we kept probing and probing. We started getting like a lot of corners late into the game. I think we got a quick corner. Rice took a short lead, like very short. Crosses gets the ball back, crosses into the box. Marino, beautiful header, man. I don't know how he just got that. Like the way he got it, just glanced it off the back side of his head into the corner. Nick Pope was shook. Like, he was like, yo, like, what just happened? But 1-1, 86 minutes. Thinking, come on, Arsenal. Let's get the ball. Let's go. There's still time in it. 4 minutes was left. And we knew there was going to be a lot of stoppage time because Livermento unfortunately got injured. Wishing him a speedy recovery for him. Hopefully he gets back as soon as possible. You never want to see that in the game. But regards to the game, that's 1-1. We're thinking, okay, 4 minutes more plus stoppage time. Stoppage time ended up being 8 minutes, which was understandable because of that Livermento injury and all the substitutions. I'm thinking, come on, Arsenal, we can take this game to them. Let's do it. Lewis Kelly came on, which I thought was needed. Brought some more control to that left back position because when Calafiori went off, we were playing like with no left back. I remember there was a time where the commentator said like Trossard and the players went over to Arteta and touchline like, yo, who's playing left back? Arteta was like, F all that, man. We got to go for this game. I don't care about a left back. And I love that Arteta's being more brave. This is what I've wanted for a while now. The game against Man City, he took off Timber, brought on Martinelli. Martinelli scores the equalizer. He did the same thing again today. Calafiori comes off for Marino. Marino scores the equalizer. So I love seeing that tactical diversity in the way he's approaching the games. Hopefully we continue seeing that. And it was 1-1. We brought it back. We're playing. Nick Pope was still moving crazy, made some saves. And late into the stoppage time, Odegaard gets a corner. Beautiful corner into the near post. And big Gabby again. Boom! 2-1 to Arsenal. And we honestly just held on for the rest of the game and we got the win. And big, massive result. Huge 3 points when it was looking like we weren't going to capitalize on Liverpool dropping points. Same we were doing last season. We actually took advantage. We cut down that gap from 5 points to 2 points. And honestly, with the start we've had this season so far, with all the big games, Old Trafford, United at Old Trafford, first game of the season. We've played Man City at the Emirates. We played Liverpool at Anfield. We played Newcastle at St. James Park. All these tough games, we're 2 points behind Liverpool, who have had some tough games, but they haven't had nowhere near the tough start we've had. So honestly, bring it on. Let's keep it going. Next week, we have Olympiacos in the Champions League, and we have West Ham on the weekend. Hopefully, we get back-to-back wins, and I believe after that is an international break. But let's keep putting the pressure on Liverpool. Hopefully, we just have to wait and see if they slip up, drop more points. But honestly, beautiful weekend. Lovely weekend for hate watching. All the big teams like Chelsea, United, Liverpool lost. Tottenham drew. Man City won. Was the only team who really won, apart from Arsenal, the big team, the big six. So massive 3 points for Arsenal. Arsenal now have 13 points out of the 6 games. Tough start to the season. Liverpool still have 15 points, but we've cut down that gap to Liverpool to 2 points and on to next week. Come on, you Gunners. Massive win, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.